All right, so I just finished the TikTok about the women's 400-meter hurdles, and like, let's be honest here. Like I said in the video, these women did something astonishing. I, I'm a loss for words because it. I expected the world record to be broken, but not the way that it was. For them and the men to do something very similar for each individual, ridiculous. I don't know what's the tell for the 400-meter hurdles. Is it going to be a situation where it's going to be another like X amount of years before the next record is broken, or are they going to keep constantly breaking their world record? And if so, how low are they going to make this standard go? Because I've noticed each generation gets faster and faster and faster and stronger and stronger. So I'm just curious to see, where is this going to go and how is this going to be taken? Because in training, sometimes I would think, you have a good 400-meter hurdler, you got a good 400-meter runner. If, give or take, sprinting over the hurdles does slow you down, how would that individual, be able to manage, that speed over a long period of time and be able to compete with that 400-meter runner? During my training in 2016, I ran against a hurdler who went to the Olympics and ran for Panama, and she was great at the blocks, aggressive, powerful. I would have to beat her to the first hurdle to set up the rest of my race. And mind you, this woman will come out the blocks, boom, boom, boom. And I learned so much running next to her because I couldn't look at her when we got the blocks or anything crazy like that. I just had to go off the field and just go. And I learned how to do my start so much better because I had somebody there who was, as talking to my hurdler friends and my roommate being a hurdler at some capacity. And one of my good friends, one of my best friends, I would say, was a male 400-meter hurdler. I would watch how the hurdlers had to get out, and they would get out really, really aggressively because they had no choice, because they had a barrier in the way they had to sprint over. And so, for these women to have done this feat says a lot about what's going to happen in the sport next. And it's a humbling experience just to watch, and it's a proud experience to watch because, the future is going to be bright, not just in that event, but in all events to come. And I said in the TikTok, this was one of the highlights of the Olympics. Last Olympics, the men's 400 and the women's 400 were the highlight of the Olympics, in my personal opinion. And this year, the men and women's 400 hurdles were the highlight. And so, it's interesting, like I said, to see how this is going to play out. But, I got this chance to see Sadie McLaughlin run in person in college, actually, when she was at Kentucky. We were at regionals in 2018, and I seen her hit the hurdle, that infamous, she hit the hurdle, stumble, rebound, and come back and still beat the rest of the field. Those girls looked like they were dying, and she was just jogging. Now, mind you, I've seen a male, not 400-meter hurdler, but a male 400-meter runner who actually was in the 100, which we'll get to that in another video, do something similar where it just looks like he was just jogging and everybody else is just trying to play catch-up. You know what I'm saying? So, these athletes right here inspire me to be a better athlete myself and in the sport of track and field. But, yeah, I'm extremely humbled and extremely proud to have witnessed that at home for the most part, and just can't wait to see what's next.